Today I'm joined by Jordan van der Linde, who is a senior team defender and is an under-13 coach, and is also a coach for the Edenvale under-15 team as well. Me and Jordan go way back. We went to the same high school together, and we didn't necessarily play in the same team, but then we ended up going to the same team when we both joined JVW. But we're going to get into that all in a moment. But Jordan, how has your post-lockdown been?
Good. Very difficult getting back into things, I think, after being lazy for so many weeks. But it's nice. It's nice to be back working and getting out and about and seeing my friends and at least training and getting stuff going. That's the good thing. So it's nice. It's nice getting out of it.
That's good. So tell me more about what you do out of football.
I currently teach grade 8 and 9 mathematics at Edenvale High School. I've been there for 5 years, since I matriculated from there, never left that place, loved it so much. And then that's pretty much all that I do. I started training CrossFit during the holiday, during the lockdown. Started doing CrossFit. That's all that I really do outside of football, nothing else really.
Gosh, maths, one of my worst subjects. So when I was speaking about that we go way back, me and Jordan actually joined, or we made it to the first Stars team ever formed for JVW. The Stars team was pretty much made by the best players out of the high school league. So tell me your journey on how it was making the Stars team. And then from the Stars team, you obviously progressed to the senior team. Tell me how all of that was for you.
So when I joined the Stars team, it was quite a big deal for me because I was probably one of the youngest players there. A lot of the players were from first team. You, Christina, Nelly, all of you were like these massive players, and I was just this teeny little under 15 girl, but I mean, I was a little bit taller than you at least. It was really a great opportunity to play alongside so many people that then went ahead and played national level. Two of them, Amanda and Nelly, both played national, so it was really nice to have that experience with them. Also to get coached by Desiree and to play alongside Janine when she started JVW Football Club was probably one of my highlights of my football career. It was really, really good.
Cool. And then you obviously then progressed to the senior team and you played there for a couple of years, and then you had a break, and then you then continued again. How was that break, and what was the reason that you had that break?
Break was very hard for me to take. I had a lot of personal issues at home, and I also had to start focusing on my career and studies because I was letting it take a back foot. So I started doing that more often and started progressing in my actual career field. And then I started, as you said, like I've continued. So I started coaching at Edenvale, the U15 team. And then that just kind of made me realize I needed to come back, and there was only one place I was going back to.
It's home. You need to come back home. Yeah. And you coached the under-15 team, and they play in the JVW Schools League. And they have, obviously this year we couldn't have the Schools League, but last year was their third time winning the under-15 title. How does that make you feel as a coach when you get back into coaching? You take your team to finals and you win. How was that?
It's honestly, I can't even describe the feeling. It's phenomenal, especially with the under-15 team. They change every year because every year we lose an age group and they go up to first team. So it's very difficult to find your footing again. But I've been very, very lucky. Most of the girls that come up from the primary schools have the raw talent, and then I just build on it based off of what I've learned in my football career from the people around me, and then taking them through to the finals. I mean, when we did it the first time, it was shocking. We didn't even think it was going to happen. Then it happened again, and it was just like mind-blowing. And then last year, I think, was my most favorite year because the girls just worked really hard and I had like a real bond with them. So just to stand on that field, whether we won or lost, I didn't actually care. Just standing on that field with those girls was probably the highlight of all of it.
Yeah. And how has the transition been from coaching a schools under 15 team and then going to a junior team in a club structure?
With the school, you obviously have to take into account that they have actual schoolwork during the day, and some of them have extra lessons, and they also aren't all as passionate about football as those of us that play club, because they do play it because they love it, but they also play it more because it's fun and they want to play with their friends and everything like that. So at a school level, it's quite difficult to get control at practices and to actually implement the stuff that you know will help them at a skill level.
Yeah.
So going from that, even to a junior team, I think at JVW especially, the girls come there and they want to learn and they want to improve and they want to get better. So it's not so much about playing with their friends, even though that they are. It's more about learning new skills and you being able to teach them, and at the same time them teaching you.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference between school soccer and club soccer, and I've always stuck by that. It's been such a hard, it's not hard, but it's difficult to find the middle in between, because you go to club soccer and everything is like to the T and you have all that time, and then you go to school soccer and you know it's a little bit more relaxed, so you have to transition into being a little bit less of a like to the T coach and more just enjoying it a little bit more than they were.
And just for you personally, how has it been balancing all of it? Because you work as a educator, and then obviously you could have extramural activities after school because you are part of the school and everything, and coming to coach. And now that you've started to play again, how are you finding time to balance all of it out?
Sometimes end up staying up quite late just to make sure that I'm prepped for the next day. I make sure that I prep way in advance for practice schedules, especially with Mpumi, because she loves to send things at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like, this is what we're going to do today and everything. So I try my best to plan in advance and to hopefully have the plan schedule out, so that if I do feel like I'm starting to lose control, I take a seat and I just relax and I think, okay, what can I do to help me? But I also have a very, very good support structure, so that is very helpful at the same time.
And you mentioned Mpumi. How has it been like coaching with her? We all know Nompubelelo Nyandeni, one of the best women footballers in the country, the GOAT. How has it been coaching with her?
So I don't think she remembers, but we did meet a long time ago when we first ended up playing against each other just in like a fun game. And then I ended up looking up at her. And then when I started to coach with her, I actually saw a completely different side to her. The side that all of the Sassel team sees, because obviously she's the clown and she loves to make jokes and she loves to laugh and dance. And I never knew that side to her. I always saw her as this amazing footballer who was always like so dedicated. And then just to see that little bit of spark, it's actually really, really nice. I enjoy spending time with her and I enjoy learning from her. I've learned so much from her, and not just about football, but also about life, because she always looks at life as the glass half full and she always wants to improve everyone's mood around her. So I've learned quite a bit of life lessons and football lessons from her.
Gosh, that's so lovely. And then the last question I want to ask you is, obviously you're coaching, you're playing. What is it that you want to teach young girls through your coaching or even through your playing? Because even you as a player, you can be inspiring other players or inspiring other young girls to be coaches or to be players. So what for you is the most important thing that you want to get through to the young girls?
Before I go on to talk about what I would like to inspire in girls, I just wanted to say one thing I think a lot of girls don't realize is that they inspire their own coaches. So when we spoke about me having my break, the reason I actually came back to football and to JVW was because of my U15 team of last year. Their dedication on the football field and their energy made me remember what I loved about football. And it reminded me that where I needed to go to feel that love and to feel that inspiration again. So that's just like a side appreciation for them.
That's really nice.
And because they inspired me so much, I wish that I could inspire girls the way that I have been inspired, not only by the players around me, like Joyce and Christina and Cece, but also players that I look up to, like Impumi and like Janine and like Erwin. They inspire you to always push and to try your best. And the one thing that a lot of girls feel is if they don't make the national team at a certain age, it's just time to give up. And that's the one thing that I want to teach girls is you must never give up. I mean, we have lots of girls out there that have the ability to make a national team but haven't had the core principles because they just assume that they won't make it. So if I could teach every girl that I play and coach, if I could teach them to just do their best and that anything is possible, that will be my ultimate goal.
Wow, Jordan, that's
no, I'm so sorry.
That's really, really good. A lot of players don't understand that we can inspire coaches as well. So you just solidifying that and you being a prime example of that is just amazing. And for the people who are watching, Jordan is a beast at defending. Let me tell you that. She left and she came back and it's like she never left. Okay, so we've come to the last part of the interview. I feel like everybody just starts sweating all of a sudden. It's the general knowledge questions. Your teacher, I am adamant you'll be fine. You'll be fine, I promise you.
So. I'm hoping so.
First question. How many players make a netball team?
7 on court.
There you go.
Okay.
Not that bad. Okay, question 2. How many rings are there on the Olympic logo?
5?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Question 3. What is the name of the singer who sings the song Chasing Pavements?
Adele. Yeah.
That again?
Adele.
Yes.
Adele. Okay,
yes.
Good.
And then last question. In which country do you find the iconic Leaning Tower of Pisa?
It's Rome, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, Rome is the city, is the right city in that country. What's the country?
Italy. Oh, Italy. Okay.
See, it wasn't that bad. I got quite a 4.
No, actually, they were quite good. Can I tell you, when Joyce did hers, and she was like 36 bones in the body, I'm like, oh my word, Joyce.
You see, okay, with that question, maybe even me, I probably wouldn't have got the right answer, but I would have said a lot more than 36, you know?
Yeah.
But Jordan, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day further, and I really can't wait for everybody to be back on the field and Schools League to be back and club football to be back. I just want everything to be back, and yeah, I can't wait to also see you on the field also playing.
I really appreciate it. It's a great interview, and I cannot wait to be back on the field and to see everyone back on the field.
Cool. Thanks so much, Jordan.